So we are beginning with the personality unit of psychology, UGC NET. So we'll see what are the things that included in this unit. And the first thing we need to understand is what is the meaning of personality. So personality comes from a Greek word called persona, which is a mask a person wears, right? So persona is a Greek word which means a mask a person wears. Okay, so in the society we are living, we have some social roles, and these social roles are different for males and they are different for females. आई थिंक यू आर वेल इन्फॉर्म्ड कि मेल्स के लिए क्या सोशल रोल्स यूजुअली होता है एंड फीमेल्स के लिए यूजुअली क्या सोशल रोल्स हमारे पास हैं. सो अ हेल्दी पर्सनैलिटी is the one who can make balance between the social roles you are assigned and your own psychological development. So how well, I'll make it clear. So how well you are balancing the social roles and your own psychological needs is healthy personality you have. So from this we can infer that कि आप social roles भी अच्छे से निभाते हो और अपनी psychological needs की cost पे नहीं करते हो. So this way we can say that you are a healthy personality. Okay, so there is a person in this, there is a person called Gordon Allport who gave a very beautiful definition about psychology, that the definition given by Gordon Allport was the most, it is considered as the most comprehensive definition for the personality. So for this he tell, because he was a trait theorist, in later classes you will see that personality can be means divided into trait theories and type theories. So Gordon Allport was a trait theorist, so but he's ended up as a humanist. So Gordon Allport gave the most comprehensive definition for personality and psychology as well. So according to Gordon Allport, personality is defined as dynamic organization. Your personality is defined as dynamic organization of all those psychophysical systems So your personality is defined as dynamic organization of all those psychophysical systems that lying within the person, which determines his or her characteristics, thoughts and behavior. Okay. Okay, so personality is defined as dynamic organization. Now we'll see कि इस डेफिनेशन का एक्चुअल में मतलब है क्या. Personality is defined as dynamic organization of all those psychophysical systems lying within the person, which determines his or her characteristics, thoughts, and behavior. Now from dynamic organization, we mean non-static thing. Non-static or changeable. ऐसी चीज़ें आपके साइकोफिजिकल सिस्टम्स में जो नॉन स्टेबल हैं, जो चेंज हो सकती हैं, जो एक पर्सन पे लाई करती हैं, वो ही चीज़ें डिटरमाइन करेगी कि आपके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, थॉट्स और बिहेवियर कैसे होंगे. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू गॉर्डन एल्पॉर्ट, पर्सनैलिटी इज डिफाइंड as this. Now I'll give you a simple example to understand Gordon Allport and his definition. The first thing is, for example, you have a trait 1 of politeness and you have a trait 2 of aggressiveness, right? Now the trait 1 is politeness and the trait 2 aggressiveness. Now I'll give you one situation. Suppose you are in the interview board. Which trait out of trait 1 and out of trait 2 you will choose in the interview board? Obviously the trait 1, that is politeness. So in interview board you will choose trait 1. I'll name it as T1 and T2. Okay, so you will choose T1 instead of T2. Okay, now in interview board you are choosing politeness over your aggressiveness because that's the need of interview board, right? Now suppose that you are facing sexual harassment. Or someone else is facing in front of you the sexual harassment. Which trait you will do? Which trait you will choose out of trait 1 and trait 2? Obviously the trait 2. Sorry, the slide is okay. Yeah, I was saying that sexual harassment you are facing or someone else is facing sexual harassment, which trait you will choose? Obviously the T2, that is the trait aggressiveness. You will choose T2 instead of T1, right? So in the specific event you have to choose one trait of your personality based on the specific event it has or what it requires in that event. So the healthy personality which can choose politeness in the interview board over aggressiveness, and healthy personality we will say that in sexual harassment event case you are choosing aggressiveness where it is needed the most, then politeness, then you are having a healthy personality. Right? Okay. So how you control and use yourself develops your personality. It shows in this. Okay. If your self is weak, then you will, healthy personality, your self is good. Yourself is good, that's why you're able to choose which trait you want to choose in which event, right? If your self is weak, what will happen? You are no longer a healthy personality, then you will have maladaptive personality. Or poorly adjusted in the society. So every situation requires a specific trait to be used. That is why you said that you will have the good personality or the maladjusted personality and other things. Okay. नाउ देर आर सम थ्योरीज ऑफ पर्सनालिटी. बहुत से साइकोलॉजिस्ट आए और उन्होंने अपनी अपनी थ्योरीज दी, राइट. सो हम पर्सनालिटी में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट थ्योरीज पढ़ेंगे कि डिफरेंट डिफरेंट साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने का पर्सनालिटी से मीनिंग क्या था और कैसे वो डिफाइन करते थे पर्सनालिटी को, और कैसे पर्सनालिटी एक पर्सन की लाइफ में डेवलप होती है विद टू डिफरेंट स्टेजेस. सो द फर्स्ट वन वी विल रीड इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एंड आई बेट कि उनका नाम आपने जरूर सुना होगा. दैट इज अ सिगमंड फ्रूड. So Sigmund Freud gave one most important personality theory, that is the psychoanalytical theory. Now you all know that Sigmund Freud was not a psychologist, obviously. He was a veterinary doctor. He met a person called Anton Mesmer. Now who is this person? Anton Mesmer usually treat patients of paralysis. ये पैरालिसिस के पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट करते थे एंटोन मेस्मर थ्रू ब्लैक मैजिक. ही बिलीव दैट वो ब्लैक मैजिक से करते हैं. सो व्हेन सिगमंड फ्रूड इनसे मिले तो इन्होंने बोला, वाओ यू आर डूइंग सच अ ग्रेट जॉब, मतलब कि आप पेशेंट्स को ठीक कर रहे हो ब्लैक मैजिक से. सो देन सिगमंड फ्रूड रियलाइज्ड दैट and called this process of Anton Mesmer as mesmerization. Then we named this process as mesmerization. And according to Freud, the treating of this patient is very much helpful in the Freud career. I'll tell you how, because he didn't know, Anton Mesmer didn't know that how he is doing. According to Anton Mesmer, he is doing from black magic, but according to Freud is doing from hypnosis, a process called hypnosis. We will see. Okay. Now hypnosis process will be there. Now two types of patients are there. First are biogenic and second are psychogenic. In the biogenic, the condition in which neurons that connect brain to different areas are damaged. So in the biogenic, the treatment is not possible because the neuron itself is damaged. जो आपकी brain से आपकी muscles पे neurons देती है messages कि आपको ये move करना है hand, और जब भी कोई threat situation आए तो आपको ये move करना है hand या your legs. So that is a biogenic patient. Your neurons are damaged. Right? So here treatment is not possible. Here treatment is not possible. But in the psychogenic, the paralysis is caused by the psychological trauma. कोई भी साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रॉमा या फिर इसकी वजह से आपको ये पैरालिसिस हुआ है, दैट कम्स अंडर साइकोजेनिक. ओके, सो देयर इज अ या फिर किसी एंजाइटी या फिर acute फियर की वजह से आपको ये पैरालिसिस हुआ है, दैट कम्स अंडर योर साइकोजेनिक पेशेंट. नाउ हियर द ट्रीटमेंट इज पॉसिबल. Okay, here the treatment is possible because it is the belief registered in your memory that is not allowing you to move your hand. Okay, so the treatment is here possible because the belief is registered in the memory, not allowing the brain to give instruction to the hand. So here the belief is registered in memory, which is not allowing okay. Now Freud is doing something, means Freud believed that in trance phase. Now what is this trance phase? First of all, trance phase is the phase between the, it is a phase between your wakefulness and sleeping. So the phase between your wakefulness, जब आप पूरी तरह उठे भी नहीं होते हो और पूरी तरह सोए भी नहीं होते हो, that is your trance phase. So it's a phase between your wakefulness and your sleeping. So people in this phase usually go to their subconscious zone or subconscious and unconscious zone. So here in the trance phase, the people are no longer conscious. They are no longer conscious, they are in their subconscious and conscious subconscious and unconscious mind. Okay, so trance phase is the most important phase for the Freud because यहाँ पे आप उनके subconscious और unconscious thoughts को देख सकते हो या फिर पता कर सकते हो. So the person is no longer in the conscious zone. Now in hypnosis, what you are doing? You are increasing the suggestibility. You are increasing the suggestibility of other person. In the hypnosis, what you are doing? You are increasing the suggestibility of other person. Okay, so an ability to take suggestions under your unconscious and subconscious zone is increased in hypnosis. Okay, now Freud based his theory on 4 scientific principles. We'll see those 4 scientific principles, that what were those, कि कौन से 4 scientific principles थे जिनके बेस पे फ्रूड की पूरी psychoanalytical theory based थी. So Freud based his theory based on 4 scientific principles. First we see what are those. First is the principle of homeostasis. I believe that ये 4 principles आपको पता ही होंगे, but because being a science, if you are a science student, then you almost know these 4 principles. The first principle is the principle of homeostasis. Okay, and the second principle is your principle of hedonism. Then the third principle is your principle of conservation of energy. And the fourth principle is principle of survival of the fittest. Okay, so we'll see one by one what are these principles and how Freud based his theory on these principles. Okay, so the first one, that is principle of homeostasis. So we know that any object which is lying at higher energy is unstable. और कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट अगर हायर एनर्जी स्टेट पे है तो उसे एक अनस्टेबल से स्टेबल पोजीशन पे लाना पड़ता है या फिर उसे आना पड़ता है, ठीक है. तो एवरी ऑब्जेक्ट हैज टू कम from higher energy to lower energy phase. So in the principle of homeostasis, we see that in the law of nature, any object that is lying at higher energy achieves higher energy. I am writing here like this: higher energy state gets unstable. यहाँ पे ये हायर एनर्जी स्टेट पे अनस्टेबल हो जाता है, ठीक है. Higher energy gets unstable and therefore it develops a tendency to move towards lower energy state. एक टेंडेंसी डेवलप होती है दैट हायर एनर्जी स्टेट से लोअर एनर्जी स्टेट्स पे आना पड़ता है, बिकॉज लोअर एनर्जी इज द मोस्ट स्टेबल, ठीक है. सो यू आर मूविंग फ्रॉम अनस्टेबल टू स्टेबल थिंग. सो देयर इज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ homeostasis. So when you were born, I'll say like this, that when you were born you were at higher energy state. Okay, when you are born, you were at this stage, higher energy state. Okay, so whenever you're born, there's a high libido, your psychic or libido. Libido or psychic energy is high when you are at higher energy state. Then you move toward death. There is a death instinct, right? If there is a death instinct, so this is a stable position or there's a lower stability state. So when you are born, you are at higher energy state, and during your death you were at lower energy state, which is the ultimate goal of life. Okay, now the next is principle of hedonism. We'll see in next slide. Yeah, so principle of hedonism. You all know that human beings are pleasure seeking organisms, right? So principle of hedonism says this only, that human beings are pleasure seeking organisms. Pleasure seeking organisms, hence they are hedonistic in nature. Okay, so principle of hedonism says this, that human beings are pleasure seeking organisms. I think you will agree with us. Okay, so the nature has placed mankind, actually this nature has placed mankind under the subordination of two sovereign things, that is pleasure and pain. So in all, you will see that in human beings, in all our actions, our motto is to maximize the pleasure and minimize the pain. Correct? So in all our actions, our motto is maximize the pleasure and minimize the pain. Okay, so this is principle of hedonism. For example, I'll conclude two principles for you. Means when you are at the bound energy means high energy, then you are unstable, right? From bound energy you want to move towards free energy, right? From bound energy, that is instability, you want to move towards stability, and stability is nothing but your free energy. This is your principle number 1. This is principle number 1. Now principle number 2, that is principle of hedonism, says that this bound energy, humans are investing in pleasure seeking things. Okay, high energy or bound energy और जो भी है आपकी is investing in pleasure seeking. Pleasure seeking behavior. Okay, so it is saying that high energy is investing in pleasure seeking behavior. Pleasure seeking behavior. So this is principle number 2. This is your principle number 2. So this is principle number 1, that is you have high energy to free energy, and then principle number 2 is this bound energy. Human beings are most interested in investing in pleasure seeking behavior because they are hedonistic in nature. Okay, now the third principle is your principle of conservation of energy. Principle of conservation of energy. You all know that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to another, right? So this is the principle Freud used in his theories, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only from one form into another. Okay, the principle of conservation of energy says this thing. So Freud used this thing, that it cannot be energy. For example, you have a bound energy, that is high energy of 80 units. Okay, you have bound energy. When you were born, you have 80 units of bound energy. Okay, so when you are converting it into the free energy, when you are moving towards the free energy or stability, okay, so the 80 units of free energy will be remain same. 80 units will remain same. However, the nature of the energy changes. Like it is unstable and now it is stable. Alright. So the amount will remain same. Energy is not created nor destroyed. It is same. But the nature of the energy is now different. Okay. So Freud used this principle as well. Okay. And the next principle he used is the principle of survival of the fittest. Now, as we grow up, we have different challenges in different stages of our life, right? So as we grow up, we face different challenges. So how well we are managing those challenges, or how well we are surviving that challenges, comes under this principle. So as per Freud, as we grow up, we face different challenges, right? We face different set of challenges time to time. So individual who able to meet these challenges, individual who are able to meet these challenges will develop healthy personality, or vice versa. Okay, so this was all the four principles Freud used for his psychoanalytical theory. Now, according to Freud, there are some levels of mind. As per Freud, there are three levels of mind. First is your conscious, then your subconscious, and then your unconscious. Okay. So all the recent and relevant information you are getting from the external environment, you save it in the conscious part because it is needed, right? It is very relevant. So all the recent and relevant information is there in your conscious mind. Okay. Now the information which is no longer needed in your life, or right now it is no longer needed, is pushed back to subconscious mind. Okay. So information that is no longer needed is there in your subconscious mind. Now in the unconscious mind is your old and very old and threatening information. ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन जो आपको एंजाइटी प्रोवोक करती हैं, जो आपको डर दिलाती है किसी चीज़ का, या फिर किसी ऐसी चीज़ की याद दिलाती है जिससे आपको एंजाइटी होती है, वो सारी चीज़ें आप अपने अनकॉन्शियस माइंड में डाल देते हो. सो दीज आर द 3 levels of mind as per Freud. Now, according to Freud, there is a life energy you are born with. जैसे मैंने बताया that you have libido, high energy when you are born. So this libido is your psychic energy. Okay, so you're born with a life energy or a psychic energy called libido. Okay, so there are two behaviors which gives us pleasure. So this libido is divided into two. As per Freud, it is it is Eros and Thanatos. Okay, so the life or the libido energy or the life energy or the psychic energy is of two types, that is Eros and Thanatos. So Eros is your sex and Thanatos is your aggression. Okay, Eros and Thanatos. Okay, so these are human instincts. These two are your human instincts. You will say that, ma'am, what is the meaning of instincts? Instincts is nothing but a fixed action pattern. इंस्टिंक्ट कुछ नहीं होता, आपके फिक्स्ड एक्शन पैटर्न्स होते हैं दैट आर कॉमन टू ऑल द मेंबर्स ऑफ योर स्पीशीज. लाइक ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर थिंकिंग इन दिस वे, सो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैव टू ह्यूमन इंस्टिंक्ट्स, दैट इज Eros and Thanatos. Okay, so these are the two common fixed action patterns of human beings. Okay, so you can say it is a repetitive RCB which is called, that is repetitive competitive behavior. Okay, repetitive compulsive behavior, sorry. Okay, so it is fixed action pattern or repetitive compulsive behavior in the humans, that is two things, that is Eros and Thanatos. Okay, so as per Freud, sex is not only biological. It is not only a biological act, but किसी भी type का constructive behavior which ends with pleasure is sex as per Freud. Okay, so the definition is a bit different as per Freud, but it is according to Sigmund Freud that sex is not only a biological act but any kind of compulsive behavior that ends with pleasure is sex. Got it? And aggression is any kind of destructive behavior. Any kind of destructive behavior that ends with pleasure is your Thanatos. Okay, so these are two human instincts as per Freud. Okay, Freud say that people driving pleasure more from Eros, जो लोग हैं वो Eros से ज़्यादा प्लेजर लेते हैं एंड लेस फ्रॉम Thanatos. ऐसे लोगों को, जो लोग प्लेजर Eros से ज़्यादा लेते हैं और Thanatos से कम प्लेजर लेते हैं, ऐसे लोग यूजुअली काइंड और जेंटल होते हैं. दे आर काइंड एंड वेरी जेंटल. Okay, because they are choosing constructive behavior for the pleasure and not destructive behavior. That's why they are very kind and gentle in their personality. And people driving pleasure from Thanatos, ऐसे लोग जो Thanatos से pleasure ज़्यादा सीख करते हैं वो actually saddest होते हैं. and it is called sadism. Those who are choosing constructive behavior, destructive behavior to seek pleasure are called sadist or sadism. Okay. And there are some people who hurt their own things to seek pleasure, or their own body. उन्हें मैसोचिज्म बोलते हैं, ठीक है। ऐसे लोग जो अपनी बॉडी को हर्ट करके प्लेजर सीख करते हैं उन्हें हम मैसोचिज्म बोलते हैं। इसका परफेक्ट एग्जांपल है, देयर इज वन ट्रेडिशन ऑफ हाराकारी ट्रेडिशन इन जापान। People used to hurt in this tradition and they get pleasure from this, ठीक है। Harakiri tradition, not kari, it's kiri. Harakiri tradition in Japan. So these are things. I think हो गया है रिकॉर्डिंग ना, आधे घंटे का।